Gate 14 podcast. I'm in pain. I'm in hell. I'm sad. What was it worth? Johnny Sources is back. Avery, how we feeling, man? I mean, listen, the vibes are up still from you and I. You know what? We're not going to let this team affect this, right? Is that where you're at with it?
Yeah, I'm kind of there right now. Today sucked, dude. Holy fuck. This team can't score runs ever.
It's they let me this is what the Toronto Blue Jays are. They're that really, really good-looking girlfriend you had that you just have one good month that makes all of the dog shit worth it. Like where you guys just fight all the time. She just verbally abuses you. She fucking hates you. And there's just 1 month, though, when you're buzzing and you guys are just having the greatest time. Maybe you go on a nice little vacation. You're having a great time. That's what the Blue Jays are. They make me fucking sick on offense. This pitching couldn't be any better, Avery. It couldn't.
You're right about that. And then the thing that we fell in love with is just breaking our hearts right now. The offense.
And you know what I'm saying?
We've had a decent week, you and I. But I mean, today was just so sad, and they're like spitting on all of Gosman's pitches. They look like they know what's coming again. Like, oh man, it's gonna be another
I'll
long
say this
day.
though, and I told this to you yesterday. Per a guy that I do know on the team, the game plan for the Orioles is simple, which is what makes it so good. What I was told was they have a go zone. Every single hitter has a go zone, right? And that's the only single pitch they swing at in an at-bat, unless they get to a 2-strike count. The hitting coach shows them the go zone and says, if you see a pitch here, it's go. No matter what, a breaking ball, fastball, you're swinging if this pitch is right here. They keep it simple. They don't do this other way bullshit that Guillermo's probably teaching. They don't do any of that stuff. They have a go zone, and whatever that pitch is, they swing at it. And you saw it. Chris Bassett was frustrated. He thought he was tipping pitches. This team, I can genuinely say this, Avery, I don't think this team has ever been like the Baltimore Orioles. And maybe since 2015, 2016, like this good offensively with a pitching staff and back end of a bullpen that's so good. Is that a crazy take?
Yeah, that O's offense. Like some of those players aren't great. Ryan O'Hearn being a good player in Major League Baseball now is one of the most shocking developments of all time. And to have way more talented people than that just underperforming, and they have everyone either performing as to how they should be or overperforming, and they are just an absolute wagon. I do not want to see them every game. I can't believe we won yesterday. Honestly.
We should. Well, let's be clear here. We shouldn't have won yesterday.
Fuji,
Jays had
class.
3 hits. The Jays had 3 hits in a professional baseball game and they won. They should not have won that game yesterday. If it wasn't for Yusei Kikuchi, which we'll go into later, they should have lost every game. They should have went 0-4 this week, right? Like it is a goddamn miracle they won a game. Legit a miracle. But yeah, let's go into other stuff first before we go into this.
Johnny Sources, man.
Johnny Sources is back. The guy that texted me about the Horwitz news, I was driving to Altos. If you can see, if you're watching on our YouTube, you should be subscribed. I'm in my boy Jimmy Abel's room, grinding away. Johnny Toronto is back on a weekday. Last time I did on a weekday, I pulled trig 5 times and went to Paris, Texas with Musgrove. We're going tonight. But anyways, I get a text. I get a DM from the same guy. I haven't talked to him in like 2-3 months, like since the horny for Horwitz news. He DMs me. I'll read the exact DM because it is electricity. Okay. He DMs me and I just, I'm like, you're kidding. But he said, where is it? Ha ha ha. He DM'd me. You want it? I got it. I responded with the eye emoji. He said, ha 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 ha. Davis Schneider to the big show. Johnny Sources is back. And then he showed me a text thread of him and like another player texting about it. And I said, you are a fucking legend, dude. You're the goddamn man. He said, Gate 14 forever. You just didn't hear it from me. And then we just kept going back and forth. Then he showed me a text thread. And I was like, I to be honest with you, usually you probably should like at least like have a couple text messages with it. I didn't. Right when he sent that news, David Schneider the show, I didn't answer. I just immediately did the tweet. He could have been trolling, and I immediately did the tweet. no questions, shoot first, ask questions last. That's what I did, and it paid off. I mean, when the Blue Jays tweet this tomorrow, and if you're listening to this, it's probably Thursday night. If you're listening to this, maybe early Friday morning. This is going to hit like crack. The mentions are going to hit like crack, and I'm going to tell this to all the listeners. There is nothing on the planet like breaking news and having to wait 24 hours to get your confirmation that the news is real. It is the greatest feeling on the fucking planet. And when it hits, it's just like a needle in my eye. I need more of it. I want to announce Addison Barger. Bad. I
think you're in a good spot too, because you can be wrong and it doesn't like.
It's just funny, but this is not wrong though. Like now this is 100% confirmed, but I'm just still seeing the Blue Jays tweet the Davis Schneider thing and just the entire comment section being Johnny Sources is a drug that I've never done. It's just a high that I've never felt. And I cannot fucking wait until the Jays tweet it tomorrow, because I am slam dunking on every goddamn beat writer suit motherfucker that didn't credit me today. It is going to rule. It just chalk one up for the good guys, man.
Yeah.
Chalk one up for the good guys.
I don't think like I said last time, you'll never get credit, but that makes it funnier that people can get mad at the people who don't give you credit.
And I will say this, I do enjoy not being credited. Hand up, I do enjoy not being credited, because then the entire mentions and the entire comment section of the tweet is just Gate 14 riders saying Johnny Source is on it first, credit Johnny Source. Like this Ben Nicholson-Smith tweet tonight. Like Ben Nicholson-Smith didn't even say Schneider got called up. He just said he should be a good option. And the entire comment section is credit Johnny Junta when he didn't even say anything about him being called up. It's incredible.
Credit Johnny Junta for Ben Nicholson-Smith's thoughts.
Yeah, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then like Brendan Delaney unblocking me to do it. It's just
salute to him for that.
That's, you know what? I will tip my cap. I still kind of hate him, but I got to tip my cap. I do respect him unblocking me, whatever it was, and giving me credit. Because if he didn't, this would have been World War III. But credit to him. I do respect that. But Johnny Sources is all the way back, and it's Schneider time. Schlong's out for Schneider.
There we go.
We got a couple things to go over, though, as well, obviously. I golfed with Ernie Clement and Jordan Luplow at TPC Osprey Valley. Luplow got DFA'd, unfortunately. I'm seeing him tonight for dinner after this recording. But
how are his spirits after someone gets DFA'd in Major League Baseball? Maybe if you can explain to the people what happens to those guys.
So Luplow, I believe, has 10 days to get claimed by another team. I think it's 10 or 5 days. So he's kind of just waiting here in Toronto. Like he's just chilling in his hotel. He's like texting me. He's like, what should I do? Like, what is there to do down here? Like, you want to hang out? I'm like, yeah, we'll go for dinner tonight. But yeah, no, it just, you pretty much just sit around until you get a call. Like, so you're literally just, they're paying for you to stay at the hotel until you get a call. And if you don't get a call in 10 days, you're back in Buffalo once you clear waivers. It's weird because you can't practice with the team. You can't hit. You can't really do anything. So for these like 10 days, he has no access to anything. Like he might be hitting at goddamn Downsview Park tomorrow if he wants to get work in.
Yeah,
like,
OBJ facility can open up to him.
It's crazy, man. I can't believe like they're going to let a guy just rot and then for like 10 days or 5 days or whatever it is, and then just like throw him into a AAA minor league system or of the big leagues or whatever. But he has good spirits, man. I mean, it sucks. Like they'd never give him an opportunity, just like John Schneider. They never give the call-ups opportunities. Like Ernie Clement, nice double, got the game-winning hit for the Jays, didn't play for like 2 weeks after that. It's like you can't expect your guys to hit when you don't play them, right? Like it's a weird situation for Luplow. So I hope he goes to a team like the Twins, maybe the Tigers, who like need bats, who could hit lefty pitching, and where he can get an opportunity to be a big leaguer and play every day. But I don't think he's stressing. I mean, the Braves paid him like $2.3 million, I want to say. So wherever he goes, and he get $2.3 million salary no matter what. He's not getting the minor league salary. So I'm sure he's doing fine.
As long as he doesn't opt out, right?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't opt out, but I don't think he will, obviously. I mean, that'd be really dumb to do that. That'd be really fucking dumb to do that. But yeah, no, I golfed with Ernie Clement and Luplow, and I will say this, you got to meet Ernie Clement yesterday. Just an incredible looking dude. Like hand up, I'll admit it, this dude is a man rocket. He's insane.
He was like one of the nicest people ever, too.
It's like, that's
how were their game? I know I've talked about this with you, but how What were the scores like? What are their games like?
So I only use irons off the tee, as you know. So I hit every single fairway, and Luplo and Ernie could back me up on this. I probably went 18 for 18 on fairways, or obviously minus the par threes. But I was like 150 yards behind. Like they would legit hit drives 320, 330 yards, butter cuts. Like these dudes are fucking freaks. Like Luplo shot a 78, I want to say, and Ernie shot a 79. I shot like a 94, which is good. We were playing the fucking tips.
Yeah, that's
I was
pretty.
like, what are we
That's a good round for you,
I was
actually.
like, what are we doing? Like we're playing the tips, and I'm using a fucking 4-iron, hitting a ball like 205 yards off the tee. On par fives, I'm still 350 yards away from the fucking hole, dude. Like, yeah, but yeah, Luplo's nasty at golf. So is Ernie. They are just ballers. Like, I hate dudes like that. The dudes that are just good athletes at everything. Like, they have, like, their swings aren't like PGA swings, but everything is fucking straight. It
Yeah.
makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick.
They just got good rotational power. Like they're
It's crazy,
Major League
dude.
Baseball players.
We were supposed to golf with Witt, but TPC was like, it's like an hour and a half away. And shout out to the pro, by the way, that got us on a discount. Don't remember his name. So if you're listening out there, I feel bad, but whatever. It's my bad. But yeah, no, we got on their discount, TPC Osprey. Whit Merrifield was gonna come, and then he like bailed like kind of like last minute late at night because they had BP or whatever, optional BP at like 3, and I think he wanted to be there for that. And our round ended at like 145.
Yep.
But that would have been awesome. So we will be at some point golfing with Bassett, I believe, August 25th to 30th. He said he gave us that kind of time range. So that'll be electric. But golfing with Witt would have been sick. You know damn well I would have claimed him as my partner. I would have just been like, Loops, you go with Ernie. I got the Witt dog coming with me.
You'd have to convert him into one of your boys like pretty quick. That could happen though.
Ernie was easy to convert. He followed us within like, he started calling me 1-4. Just referring to me as 1-4 the entire game. He's the best, man. Ernie, just man rocket. Unfortunately, ladies who are listening, he is wifed up. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we're at with it.
And he went to Virginia too, which is a lot of fun school to go to.
Yeah,
but
he's just the
him,
best.
Man.
He probably I'd pay millions to see that dude's DMs.
But then last night we had interaction with Chris Bassett's family.
So Johnny Businessman was like,
this was genius of you, by the way. This is
Chris Bassett's entire family, besides his wife, I think maybe she does follow us, follows Gate 14. So I DM'd his brother because I saw he threw at the first pitch. I was like, where are you at? Like, let me get you a beer. And he's like, oh, come up to the lounge. So we came up to the Corona Lounge, which, by the way, I'm a Corona Lounge guy. If maybe pregame, you'll never catch me up there during a game. It is miserable. It's loud as fuck. It's packed as fuck. And you can't hear shit or have no idea what's going on with the game. It's miserable. Let's call it what it is.
Miserable, wrong term. It serves its purpose for people who don't really care.
Yes. Okay. That's a good point. So anyways, we went up to Chris Bassett's brother, met the entire family. They shook our hands and had decent conversation with Chris Bassett's brother, obviously.
He's an all-time guy.
He's an all-time guy. And anyways, he was after a little bit. So there was this girl up there that I kind of ghosted, and she came up to me.
Crazy move on her part too.
Crazy move on her part to come in solo to me.
I could see her. You did this move while you were talking to the left of me. Matt was his name, right?
Yeah.
Matt was to the right, and she was like straight in front of you. So you did the move where you changed your spot to put your back to her, which is crazy.
Which is a galaxy brain move by me because I want to avoid the confrontation. Yeah. So she still comes up, which, by the way, I got to tip my cap. Salute. That was rock star shit on her behalf.
Yeah.
So she comes up to me, and then Chris Bassett's brother walks into the middle of the conversation with me and her and says, was this the girl you were talking about? Thank fucking God she didn't hear this.
I thought he said something else because he told me, he's like, should I say this is the girl that you didn't want to see? And
no, if he said that, it would have been bad.
Okay, that's what I thought he wanted to say. That's what I told him to say. I didn't think he was gonna do it, but I guess he was on one then.
It's funny. Yeah, he's the best, bro. Yeah, but anyways, going back into some Blue Jays talk here. Before we go into the games, we got to address this because there was some talk about this Matty Chapman MVP. I'm not going to mention any names. He refers to himself as a bat boy on Twitter. Matt Chapman, in high leverage situations among 179 qualified MLB hitters, shout out Thomas Hall for the stat. He is hitting 136, which is 171st in baseball, 159 slugging, 173rd in baseball, 36 weighted runs created plus, 151st in baseball, 27.3% K percentage, 46th in baseball. I don't get this team with runner scoring position, Avery. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. How the fuck can a team that is so good offensively, dude, so good offensively, like the lineup is good, 8th in weighted runs created plus we looked at the other day, be so bad with runner scoring position? I don't get it. I don't get it, Ave.
Yeah, if we could solve it, we would not be sitting here doing this. I don't know what happens. There's got to be a voice change or something, because it's not the talent of the players. Like, they're on base, they're getting hits, and then when the runners come in scoring position, I don't know. Like, how do you change someone's mentality up there?
You can't. I don't know.
Guillermo is not
sense.
influencing what's going on with runners in scoring position based on what he's telling them pregame.
It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. It just,
but that's why like, you would think that it would like regress to the mean, or it would average out at some point, and it just has not at all.
It just definitely hasn't. It's been terrible. It's been embarrassing. Tough to watch. Before we go into the series, though, I do want to talk about the Paul DeJong acquisition as well as the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah. Trade deadline we didn't even get into.
Yeah, where are you at with the Paul DeJong acquisition? I mean,
had to happen, I think.
He's so bad offensively.
Good defense, but you would think that this team could hit, and it is evident that the best hitter on the team goes down, and this team doesn't score any runs for the next 3 games. Kind of makes sense. And the issues that we were having, Bo Bichette carrying this team, he's gone. They stink. It's sad. It's happening.
Does that add to Bo Bichette's leverage and contact conversations when he's like, look what the fuck you guys do when I'm not playing? Like, you know?
Yes, but it's too far away for it to
to
leverage, right? Because he's already signed the deal to buy out his ARB years.
Yeah.
But that would be like a perfect thing to say. Like, your team was horrible without me every time. But again, trade deadline, did I think we'd get a right-handed bat? Sure.
The Tommy Pham one is the head scratcher for me, Avery, because
he got dealt for nothing.
For a Florida Golf Coast League, or Florida Coast League, whatever the fuck it's called.
Complex now. It was the Golf Coast.
Yeah, Florida Complex League. For an 18-year-old like pitcher or something like that. That's what they got for Tommy Pham. I don't get the move how the Jays couldn't have matched that when they clearly need a fucking guy that could hit. Like, I mean, George Springer in the 4-hole is like lock John Schneider up for that.
Oh my God. Him in the 4-hole today, there was 2 big at bats. He walked the second at bat, but he struck out in the first inning, where it's like, who cares if he's in the 1 or 4-hole? Those are 2 super important positions. I feel like the way baseball works, no matter what, wherever he was in the lineup, he's going to come up in a big spot and struggle. But it's tough to the eyes. Like, hey, this guy's won for his last 1,000, and you put him in the 4-hole, runners on first and third in the first inning.
It's just so dumb.
Of course he's going to punch. Like,
it's just so dumb, though. Like, I don't understand the thought process.
Do you hide him at the bottom, or do you not play him?
They have so many dog shit hitters at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like, Varsho is hitting 212 or whatever the fuck he's hitting. Kevin Kiermaier is hitting a little bit better than 212, obviously, but he's in the 9-hole guy because of the speed and like the ability to get on base and stuff like that. 274, Alto just gave me. But yeah, dude, it's just like it's fucked. I can't believe George Springer is a 4-hole hitter. Like, would he be hitting 4-hole on the fucking Yankees right now? I don't even think so. I think Willie Calhoun will be hitting a fucking above George Springer right now, dude.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher. When your best players don't play like your best players, you're fucked. Because I think if we look at this, Ross built a very good team.
You can't blame Ross for this, dude. You can't.
You didn't expect Manoah to be this bad. You didn't expect Springer to be this bad. You didn't expect Vladdy to be this bad, and you didn't expect Kirk to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
If those 4 players even played to average, this team has 3-4 more wins probably.
But they don't, and we have to watch this night in and night out. And you know what they're going to do, Avery? And I'm going to call this right now, like we've called it on multiple podcasts. they're going to somehow win 2 or 3 in Fenway and bring me all the way back in. You know that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but
I think they go 2 of 3, then like sweep the guards, and then weird stuff's gonna happen.
They're gonna pull some weird ass maneuver where they win like 4 out of the next 5 or 6, and we're like, whoa, against decent teams, obviously. I mean,
and then we're gonna lose every single game to the Rays and Yankees at the end of the season.
They're not going to win a game against the Rays and Yankees in that final like 9-12 game stretch they have or whatever. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. But they'll pull us back in. I will say this though, you did tweet that earlier in the week. The third wild card is the Mona Lisa. You got to somehow figure out a way, and the Jays are kind of doing it in weaseling that third wild card spot, because facing the poverty Minnesota Twins or the Guardians couldn't be more of an ideal situation.
And everyone would travel well there.
Yeah, it's tank for third. If that's the mentality now. They're not winning the division. The Orioles are like the greatest team my 4 eyes have ever seen. The Rays are a wagon. I mean, they've been kind of shit actually since May.
They're still better than the Jays, though.
Still better than the Jays. But like, it's the third wild card or bust. That's where I'm at right now with it. Because they get that second wild card and they got to fucking play in Camden or Tropicana. GG. GG, brother.
My God. That is not going to go well. So I'll read out where they have it linked now. I always just forget that people just don't always follow us on Twitter, so don't see all this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, now my phone doesn't want to work here.
They'd be facing I'll say it.
Right now, yeah.
They'd be facing. Yeah, you can say it, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, as it matches up right now, the 1 seed, the O's, the 2 seed, the Rangers, 3 seed are the Twins, 4 seed, the Rays, 5, the Astros, and the Jays are 6. So it lines up on the top side of the bracket. The Rangers would get the bye, and it'd be Jays and Twins right now. 3-game wild card playoff in Minnesota. And in the bottom, it would be Rays, Astros, and then the winner would face the O's.
That's ideal.
That's the ideal situation. We would get slaughtered by the Rangers.
No. We would get murdered by the Texas Rangers. That's a bridge we cross when we get there, man.
Because they score 1 billion runs, and that's just not something the Jays can do. They can't keep up. But we're kind of in a good spot right now. But it starts by creating some separation from the Red Sox.
Exactly. Which is what they have a chance to do this week, which I'm saying they'll somehow pull us back in. That's what's going to happen. They win 2 or 3. They gain a game of ground on them. I know it's not a lot, obviously, because right now they're a game up, I think, or 2 games up. I want to say
2 games up.
2 games up. They'll gain a game of ground, beat the Red Sox somehow, sweep the Guardians or whatever, and then we're just all of a sudden talking about how great this team is. Then they just get murdered.
Holy shit!
What?
The Red Sox have scored 45 more runs than the Blue Jays.
With that lineup, that just doesn't make sense.
And they've given up like 50 more.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, Avery. It doesn't make sense how that team is good.
We have the same run differential.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the Red Sox, score a ton of runs and give up.
I said this on the Spaces heard around the world. Would you rather have the 2021 Blue Jays where you score a infinity runs a game, but your bullpen is cat shit and blows every single game for you? Or would you rather be out of it when the score is 2-0 right now, what we have, and have a great bullpen, great pitching staff, but the worst offense you've ever seen? I'm taking 2021 a million times out of a million.
Yeah, because the 2021 team, they could come back. There was always a chance.
When it was 5-1, they weren't out of it.
No, exactly. This team gets down 5 runs. I don't have any faith in them to come back and win a game. So yeah, I'll go 2021 as well. It sucks to watch this, man. I obviously like to gamble. I have to do some of that for work. And it's like Jay's run total today, over 4 runs.
No, I
was like, they got to be able to score. Jack Flaherty has got away with murder twice against the Blue Jays. That start he had opening weekend that we saw, the second one where he walked the world but got Belt to strike out in the first inning. He sucked. He was out in like the 3rd, I believe.
Yeah.
And then this one, he dodges a bullet in the first inning, then becomes Cy Young again, up to 97. The Cardinals are disgustingly bad pitching organization, so that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. I hated this week. And we
don't
knew
let sports affect your life. That's the moral of this week.
Yeah.
Enjoy your week. I'm having a great week.
I'm
I'm at one of my best friends, Alto's right now. We're going to go to Paris, Texas tonight. We're going to have a great time, and I'm not going to let the Toronto Blue Jays affect me. And the sad thing is, no one at Paris, Texas knows that I broke the Davis Schneider news. That's what makes me sad. That I'm going to be walking around there, and no one's going to be like, that's the motherfucker that broke the Davis Schneider news.
Yeah,
I should wear a shirt, Johnny Sources, when I'm walking through Paris, Texas. But, like, here's an insult stat that's going to make the listeners sick. So close your ears if you don't want an insult stat. You want positive vibes. Vladdy in his last 30 games hitting 214 with a 315 on base, 411 slugging. Pretty much Johnny Junta numbers. 726 OPS. Last 7 games, 105, 346 OBP, 105 slugging. Oh my God, 105 slugging percentage. 451 OPS.
Well, 105 slugging percentage just means he hits only singles, right?
Yeah, he's a singles merchant. But I don't get how Guillermo Martinez still has a job. Like, do you
think Don Mattingly
at some point when your star hitters aren't hitting, you got to switch something up?
Yeah, because you quite literally can't trade the players anymore.
That's it. You can't. The team, and I made the video, the team that the Jays have right now, maybe unless they acquire Luke Voit, by the way, who's just the greatest AAA hitter ever. This is the team they have. So Guillermo Martinez, pack your fucking shit, you unloyal fuck. Pack your shit. All right? He's gone. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know how he has a job. Like, his main job, I guarantee you when he had the meeting with Ross Atkins, we got hired, you better not fuck up Vladdy. You better not fuck up George Springer. Bo Bichette, obviously, you can't fuck up Bo Bichette. He's a greatest hitter ever. You just can't.
Well, Bo Bichette's the only one he's working for.
Yes. But there's only 1 in a million Bo Bichettes. That's the thing.
Correct.
Bryson Stott's one of them as well. Him and Bo Bichette lead the league in opposite field singles and doubles. So it's just crazy that this dude is still employed. And the only reason why he's still employed is because the Jays are 8th in baseball in OPS plus. Like, you can't fire that fucking guy. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know.
Well,
but
the only reason they're OPS plus is because Brandon Belt walks every single at bat. Like, if you look at them slugging percentage wise, take a look, try and find that. I'll find that leaderboard. I'm here on it right now.
Okay.
Because I bet that's not good, and that's the only thing is the on base percentage is helping them. I think.
It doesn't make sense.
Toronto Blue Jays 12th in baseball in slug. OBP 9th. So they get on base, man. They get on base a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's sad, Avery. Like, where are you at? Like, where's your mental state right now with this team? Like,
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Yeah. Toronto Blue Jays 3rd in baseball in opposite field hit percentage. Or not hit, just batted ball percentage. Ground ball percentage. Toronto Blue Jays aren't at the top of that. Middle of the pack and ground ball percentage. Okay.
It's just bad, Ave. That's all it is, man. I got nothing else to say. It's just bad. Like, let me read you some stats here. The Blue Jays have a 238 average with runners scoring position, 4th worst in baseball. 678 OPS with runners scoring position, 3rd worst in baseball. 257 Ks, 5th most in baseball. 34 grounded into double plays, 3rd most in baseball. Shout out Six Sports for that, by the way. That's absurd, Avery. Like that, like we
watch it every time. We know
you have to try to be that bad, though. Like you have to openly try to be that bad. Like, that's Oakland Athletics, Washington Nationals numbers. The fact this team is 10 games above 500 is a Christmas fucking miracle. That's what it is.
See, and I think we're playing to a pretty good standard because we've gotten away with murder with how healthy this team has been, and they underperformed with all their guys. Usually the teams underperform with someone who's a team that's not healthy. Like, look at the Yankees with Aaron Judge. Obviously, I think they're a rat shit team that's not built to win, but Aaron Judge is there. Things are okay. They go away. They're the worst team in baseball over 2 months. This Blue Jays team had time to build as the unit that they have here. Everyone was healthy, couldn't get it on the same page. And I think that spells bad things for the future of this team. We could be out of a playoff spot this weekend.
Holy shit.
Right? You get swept. You're a game back.
That's scary. That's a scary, scary reality, Avery. Wow. Fuck. Not great, man. Not great. Not fucking good.
So
Like,
it was Hell Week for a reason too, right?
yeah. And
Yep.
this isn't even really Hell Week. The real Hell Week's coming up when they face the Yankees or the Yankees Rays. I mean, Yankees suck, but whatever, you know? Let's go game by game, though. I mean, obviously, we'll just light skim games. We've talked about the entirety of it this time, but so Chris Bassett obviously didn't have his best stuff. Still luckily gave us 6 innings, 4 runs, had 7 punchies, ERA at 4. What more could you ask for like the 3-4 guy in the rotation? Um, Nate Pearson came in, shoved, but again, this offense, 9 runners left on base. Just to make it easy with you, and I'm going to say this. If you're listening to this podcast, I hope to God Santiago Espinal is not in the major leagues by this time you're listening to this anymore. He has options left, Avery, by the way. You know that?
Yes, that's what they should be used. He shouldn't be gone.
Yeah.
Because he has
He's an all-star.
yeah, he has little upside. Like his ceiling isn't very high, but he's got an okay floor for a replacement level player, I think. But yeah, him getting no at bats, him not playing defense a lot isn't helping either of the things we need him to be good at. So I'm not going to blame him 100% on it. Because he was playing every day, and that's when everything was good last season, right? But now you need to try and find pieces to help this team get better in the organization because the trade deadline's gone. And Santiago Espinal isn't that answer. Addison Barger might be that answer. David Schneider might be that answer.
Paul DeYoung's not even that answer. Like, let's be real here.
But you can have defensive shortstops that like baseball works.
You can have
way.
defensive shortstop when your team can fucking hit.
Exactly. So you need to find a spark plug somewhere. And this team is just going to lull itself to sleep out of a playoff spot if David Schneider, Addison Barger don't get Barger.
Just fuck it. Send Biggio down. Send Espinal down. Keep Clement up because he actually has been raking in the majors. So it makes no sense. Call up Schneider and Barger, bro. Like, problem solved. 2 guys that fucking rake.
And who knows? It might not even work. It might not even work out.
It can't be worse than what the fuck Espinal and Biggio are bringing to the table, man.
Yeah, right? I think Biggio's just at a point where he doesn't really matter that much anymore. We don't get mad at him because he doesn't really play anymore.
Exactly. And it's also hard for these guys. I understand. It's hard for these guys to get comfortable when they're not playing. Like, that's 100%. Just, I'm not an idiot. I understand that, obviously.
Like, David Schneider's going to be called up this weekend because Johnny Source has told us it's happening. He's going to play
1 game.
He's going to start against Paxton tomorrow, and he's going to pinch hit in the 8th inning in a huge spot on Sunday, and he's going to K, and he's not going to play in the Cleveland series.
Not going to play for a week and a half after that. That's what John Schneider's going to do. John Schneider thinks you just have to call dudes up to fill roster spots. Like, you don't have to play them. Like, they're just like they're just there for the vibes on the bench, which is fine. It's like it's crazy to me that I want David Schneider playing second Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I do. That's the best way to get a guy adapt, and what an environment to get it like comfortable in at fucking Fenway Park, right? Like, I don't know, man. It's just, if he doesn't play him tomorrow, it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
right?
Why is he here?
Like, I don't know. And John Schneider wants to not write Schneider on that lineup card tomorrow. He doesn't want to write that.
Well, maybe he'll think he's putting himself in there. And he'll just feel good.
He thinks it's his nephew playing. Nepotism. Yeah. The Ben Verlander of the Blue Jays.
Live vicariously through.
Yeah. No, it's wild. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But I mean, we could break down the series, I guess. Like Monday's game.
The Jays got barely any hits all week.
Yeah, 5 hits, 3 hits, 5 hits. 5 hits, 3 hits, 5 hits. Is that good? Is 18 hits? Is that good in a 4-game series?
No.
Yeah, or my math might be off there.
That's a hit every 2 innings.
Now. That's 16 hits. Sorry, 16 hits in three games. The Tuesday game. Where are you at with Ryu? How did you feel? You were there in person. How was that for you? By the way, the Orioles are 24 games above 500. Oh my God.
Ryu, so he screams to he's obviously not a new school pitcher. Baseball savant is the worst thing that could ever happen to Hyun-Jin Ryu because he's going to get massacred. Balls are going to be hit. It's like when we watch Mark Burley pitch. you'd get some really weird weak swings, weak contact. But when he gave up contact, it would be the hardest hit balls you'd seen in your whole entire life. But Ryu, first 2 innings, a little bit shaky. That was a good left-handed hitting team again. Yusei disproved that a little bit because he's the best ever. But I was okay with Ryu. Like, balls in play, they were getting double play balls. He was getting out of innings as well. He ran it up to 91 a couple times. So I think the adrenaline got to him a little bit. I'm kind of okay with that. I didn't feel that bad leaving the yard as I felt in the first inning.
Nate Pearson to the sun, though, right? Like,
I'll
that
say
was
it.
bad, bro. Come on. That was bad.
We left pretty early from that one.
Okay, so you didn't see it. Okay. Yeah, we'll just Nate Pearson to the sun until further notice. Yeah, it just wasn't great. I mean, but you can't win games when you're fucking have 5 hits anyways. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. Like, you can blame the pitching, you can blame Ryu, Nate, Genesis Cabrera, all those guys, but when you don't hit, like, why the fuck does it matter? If it's 3-0 or fucking
there were some bad like pitching decisions as to where people went in those times. I also got a problem with the Rogers Center. I saw people tweeting about this today. They play music between every pitch.
It's annoying. That's a good point. Actually, who tweeted that? I think Zoobs tweeted it.
Zoobs tweeted it today. I'd seen Keegan tweet about it before, and we were sitting like right under a speaker on the Tuesday game. It's like we don't need to hear T.O after every fucking pitch.
Yeah.
Like, I do like to hear that sometimes, but it is a lot to handle. You can just watch the game. We went to Detroit. We didn't hear a single one of those, I don't think. It's just like, oh, we're there.
It is annoying. I will say that, though. It is very annoying.
But I'm okay with Ryu. I'm not ready to make.
I need to see a couple more starts for me to like gauge an opinion on Ryu. But let's go into the only bright spot of this entire week.
Looking back, I don't even. Oh, I was about to say the offense. I don't even feel that great about that game yesterday as well.
No. I'm saying Yusei Young is the only bright spot of the week.
How
incredible is this guy? How incredible is this guy? There's Twitter fucking make-believe GMs that wanted this dude in a bullpen a month ago.
This team's not where they're at without him.
He has saved the season. It seems like every start he has, it's like the season's on the fucking line for this guy, dude.
Yeah. I went through Baseball Reference today and the new game log. It's been around forever, but just clicking on the game logs and finding their sample size from that, I was all over that today.
Yeah, you tweeted it, and I'm not
Yusei Kikuchi. Last 5 starts.
Read it out. Yeah, read it out. Go off, King.
27 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts, only allowed 1 home run, an ERA of 2.33, and a FIP of 2.86. The stuff that was hurting Yusei Kikuchi is not hurting him right now, and that's the home run ball.
Exactly, dude. I mean, he looks insane. His curveball is or what is it, a slider or curve? I don't know.
No, he throws both now.
Okay. It's his off speed is unfucking hittable, dude. It's unhittable. It's insane. Like, he's just, oh my God, man. It's so
And then we thought he was going to get hurt. He was like,
that was so dumb. I hand up, you say that was dumb, dude. The behind the back play, like, relax, man. But I mean, other than that, it's just he's making a case to be the 3 guy right now. Like, is he like the 3rd best pitcher on this team right now, Avery? Like, starting pitcher? His ERA is 3.67. No, and he throws 98 as a lefty.
Yeah, no shit. Glenn tweeted this out, right? Glenjamin. He said that he would probably have based on how Bassett was going, if we started a 3-game series today, he'd probably have Kikuchi going over Bassett as the 3rd.
If it was ended today, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just depend on how Chris was throwing the pill. But yeah, it's not the worst take in the world, man. So Kikuchi, the swing and miss stuff was there. We saw it in the bullpen, and I think that's why people were okay with him going back, because they saw how good he could be. Yeah. But we've seen the swing and miss stuff happen over big innings and a lot of innings now for multiple starts, man. He's a very, very good pitcher this year.
He looks good, man. It's good
to see what confidence can do.
Yeah, exactly. It just, maybe the offense needs whatever the fuck Yusei did, but it's just awesome to see a guy who was so bad, who, like, we are quick to forget this. This guy offered to go to AAA last year. We forget that, Ave. Like, And now he's one of the best pitchers. Like, you could make the case, and I saw Dan Plesac tweet it, which is a little bit crazy. He said Yusei Kikuchi is like the 25th best pitcher in the top 25 pitchers in baseball. But the stats back it up right now.
Yeah,
He's insane.
100%. Just happy for the guy. That was one of the few bright spots. Would you give up a full game to have all the pitchers hit to just like try and reset the juju of this team?
I would love to see Yusei in the box. Who do you think would be the best hitter?
Alek Manoah. He hit in college.
Oh, he hit at West Virginia?
Yeah, freshman year, I think. I don't think the numbers were good.
I'm gonna say I don't want to see Alek Manoah hit. I don't.
Ryu hit have you seen the video going around?
The Ryu bomb goes nuts. Yeah. I will admit that.
It's a very Korean finish where he like flips the bat up.
He flips the bat when he finishes it.
It's all rock star
I'm probably gonna say I still think Yusei can swing it. I really do.
He'll be a demon on the base path.
And he has some burners on him too. That motherfucker has burners.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see Yusei hit, bro. I would. And like honestly, it can't get much worse than what George Springer. I mean, listen, if you put a pitcher up there, I guarantee you they go 0 for 33. Like they do maybe do better than that. Like they'd luck into a hit. George Springer being over 33 is wild, and you put a guy who's struggling in terrible positions in the 4-hole, right? Like, I got nothing else to say, man. I mean, besides that, like Yusei Kikuchi really and Yusei and Fuji saved the series yesterday.
Yeah, that win doesn't happen with
any other pitcher.
Yeah, Fujinami. if they kept Grayson Rodriguez in that's a different game.
Yep, that's maybe 1-1 going into the 12th. Both
teams I'm sure
score.
They punch somehow.
Yeah, exactly. But let's go into today's game, man. Today's game was even worse. You rarely get frustrated with the Jays. You are just like, fuck it, I'm going home now. Like I'm driving home from work. I can't watch this.
Yeah,
I was
gonna stay an extra hour and just watch the rest of the game. We said this out loud. It's like it didn't feel like they had a chance. Why would I waste my time? I just go home, we record this, get it out to the people. So I was frustrated. And Gausman gets legit no run support whenever he pitches. He's got to be as frustrated as us at this point.
He had 1 run support. The thing that pissed me off today, man, is like bases loaded, 1 out, down 2, a game turning. This whatever happened, these 2 at bats was going to dictate who won this game. Matt Chapman, the easiest strikeout I've ever seen in my life, just unserious as fuck. Alejandro Kirk, cat shit pop up. That's it. Just left them off the fucking hook with Jack Flaherty, who was wild as shit that inning. Looked like he did against the Jays in St. Louis. You just let him off the hook, man. I don't get it. Like there's no stepping on a team's throat with this team, Ave. Like there's no, all right, we're up 2, let's go up 5. All right, like, oh, we're down 2, let's make a little push here and let's start clawing back. There's none of that with this team. There's none.
I agree. There's nothing I can say. It was from the start, it kind of felt like they were going to lose, get out of it first, and then they don't score any runs in the Jays don't score any runs in the first inning. It's like, here we go again. And then they score in the second, and frustrating as fuck. I'm going to be fine to forget that game as quickly as possible.
Yep, same. So let's go into listener questions, and then let's go into the Red Sox series with the pitching matchups here.
Sarge asks, why is that blocked by wilderness shirt go so fucking hard?
It goes hard, but listen, and this is for our listeners here. I'm scared to put this on the website.
I was thinking he's gonna try something.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna try some funny stuff, and then we'll have to get lawyers involved.
I
want to put this shirt on the website so fucking bad because we would sell thousands of these things. But I'm scared of getting sued for using his name and likeliness. That's the only thing. Because that's the only thing stopping me from tweeting it.
We should find.
What's a loophole? A loophole would be like a star.
Or like the Gate 14 logo instead of one of the letters.
That's a way to go at it. We could definitely, if you're listening to this, create that. Get that created.
We need to find loophole because it's funny when you wear that around the Rogers Center because people just stare at your shirt the whole time.
Another funny thing at the Rogers Center yesterday, we're walking past this kid. He's probably listening. and he's wearing a Yusei Young shirt, and he doesn't notice us. And I'm like, nice shirt, bro. And he looks at me, he's like, oh, thanks, buddy. And then he just does like a double take. He's like, wait, what the fuck? That's fucking the Gate 14 guy. We didn't talk about Alek Manoah wearing our shirt at the start.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? I don't know how he got that shirt. And no offense to him, but we don't make his size.
Yes, he's a 2XL guy, I'm sure.
Okay.
He weighs less than No, he doesn't weigh less.
No, he does not.
But I don't think Kikuchi would ever wear the shirt we gave him.
But it's an XL. Kikuchi's is an XL. There's no way that fits Manoah. Maybe Manoah ordered it and I just like, it's just slipped through the cracks and I never saw it. But like, I don't know how he got that, Dave.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Awesome.
I mean, my phone exploded like 30 minutes before the game. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And it was Alek Manoah warming up with like Jordan Hicks or talking to him with the Yusei Young shirt. Was that, where would you rank that in Gate 14 history moments? That has to be up there, right? Because that's like an unsolicited, we never talked to him, never sent him a shirt. He went out of his way and probably bought the shirt or a listener gave it to him. Like, crazy, man.
Yeah, that was up there. That was pretty cool getting it on the TV screen. Top 5 moment for sure.
So are we Alek Manoah guys now?
We weren't not Alek Manoah guys, the person at all.
Yes.
Because he would talk to my brother and stuff. We would like for him to get back to his old ways. We hope he can do that.
We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's the legacy start after wearing the Yusei Young shirt, right?
Exactly. So hoping it can rub off. That was very cool to see. So thank you. Thank you to Alek for that. I think he doesn't know what he's putting on. He obviously doesn't know we made that. It's just
a
like
visual.
It's just like in his locker. He's like, oh, this shirt's pretty funny. Like, I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah, just a visual of it's sick.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know when the next Kikuchi corner is gonna be.
I actually said that, so I'm gonna try to orchestrate it. For his next home start, which I believe is, I'm assuming, the Tuesday against the Phillies, which is perfect because we will be there. I'm hoping it's going to be the Tuesday. We're going to coordinate it. I'm going to try to coordinate it a week before where we know the probables for the next series so we can assume when Yusei is going to go. It's weird with this 6-man rotation, man. I can't, when they have off days in between, you don't know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
We'll try to coordinate it and get a date out for you guys because obviously Judah has what's it called? The flags and all that type of stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Thoughts on Taylor Swift coming to Toronto? Will Gate 14 make an appearance at a Taylor
I'll be
Swift
there.
con?
Really?
Really?
No matter what.
No way.
Taylor Swift by the way, this woman is like the hardest working female on the planet.
No, dude, apparently she does 4-hour shows.
She's doing 6 shows at the Rogers. 6. She's putting more offensive output than fucking Vladdy at the Rogers Center right now.
You think she has more F4 by the end of those shows?
Yeah, I would. By the way, I do want to have sex F4. She's putting a more output at the Rogers Center than Vladdy right now, Taylor Swift. Someone clip that and quote me on that. Maybe put on a graphic, so I'll tweet it. But it is crazy that she's coming here for 6 shows. I have to be at one, right? And listen, single Johnny talking here, it's going to be an idiot zone at these concerts. It's going to be, if I don't find a wife at Taylor Swift, try again.
I don't know. I don't think I know any of the new Taylor Swift stuff, but
I don't really either. But like, you gotta at least like just get mangled.
Old Taylor, like our song, best Taylor Swift song.
You know she's playing the hits, obviously.
She better.
That concert will be electric. What's the next question?
Which Blue Jays era do you guys prefer at this point? 15-16 or 22-23? It has to be
15-16. Not even close. Seeing JD hit Oppo like bombs and just like always clutch hits, chills thinking about it.
How much confidence do we have in this lineup to turn it around and be a top offense like they thought they could be?
My confidence in this lineup, I would probably say like a 4 right now, maybe a 3. They're not showing any signs of being a good offense. Like they do nothing well right now, Abe.
Correct. And we're in August and nothing's changed. Like how are things going to be?
I just watched the Jano walk-off against the Braves to just feel something. You know, like Rice Iglesias.
We should watch opening day for fuck's sakes to try and cleanse ourselves.
Yeah. Like that Jano, like that comeback the Jays had in the 9th against Iglesias, chills thinking about it. Like they will never do that now. Like that's what I'm talking about. There's just no signs of this offense being able to figure this out at all. Like there's no hope right now.
Any funny moments that happened to Johnny with a Major League Baseball player? There's a lot of them, you tell.
Um,
That's a little dance monkey moment trying to get you off on that one. So I'll give you a pass on that.
I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe smoking cigs inside with Musgrove in Detroit. And yeah, okay, I'll tell this. Yeah, I think I told the story where the 40-year-old mother tried to take me and Musgrove home to her husband with her husband there. Like she pretty much was asking her husband, do you want to be cucked by these two guys? And me and Musgrove were like, I'm not going back there. This guy's gonna have a knife. He's gonna just kill us. That's probably the funniest story, maybe. I don't know. There's
I
so
do.
many actually. I don't even know.
I know
Yeah.
that's hard. It's hard to just think of off the top without
Yeah.
thinking about it. Rocco asked, would you rather feel pain or nothing at all?
Pain without love. I actually don't know. I'd rather feel nothing at all. I'd rather just be numb. I wish I didn't care about this team. I really do. Like
the one problem with you is that you care too much.
Yeah, that's my problem. That's my only flaws. I care too much. But like the thing that sucks is, Abe, is like you and I, for example, we put so much work into this team and they just go on these stretches that make me hate my life. Like I do not look forward to this Fenway. I do not look forward to the Friday beer stream tomorrow. I do. It is a good time, obviously, but I'm just looking at them like they're going to get waxed. Like James Paxton's going to punch out 30 tomorrow.
Yeah, just like he did last time at the Rogers Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there with you too. I'd rather feel nothing, just be numb to it.
Yeah.
Most annoying people at the Jays games.
People that start the wave. That's just like the most obvious. People that start the wave or try to start chants are the biggest fucking losers at the Rogers Center. Sorry, guys. If that's you listening, if you start the wave at the Rogers Center or if you are like start chanting stuff or it's like just dude shut up unless it's let's go Brandon or the cock, then that's fine.
Yeah, it's like the drunk guys who don't know that much but know a little bit start yelling shit that everyone can hear. It's just like
so annoying, dude.
I don't think I really want to hear
we
that.
had to deal with it yesterday, like the people trying to start the wave like every 2 seconds.
Yeah. What's the best fan interaction we've had?
Mine would. This is a little personal. I'm not going to say the guy, but I get a pretty decent amount of DMs. People saying like they're struggling with their mental health and like 814 helps them and stuff like that. That's a really good one. Especially where I came from, obviously where I was at a couple months ago, my mental health. But a really good one was a guy DM'd me, and obviously I'm a dog owner, so I can feel this. He was like, my dog died a couple days ago, and I just was like binge watching Gate 14, and it kind of at least eased the pain with it, or made me feel a little better, made me forget it. Those are the best fan interactions when they like come from the heart and people that are like genuinely care about us and genuinely use our content as like an escape for like whatever's going on with them and stuff like that. That's probably the best fan interaction I have, or interactions, I guess that you could say I've had. What about you?
I just remember the one guy full uniform game who just walked up to us, had 2 beers, one for me, one for you, gave them to us and just walked away. Didn't even say a word.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool
fun. Well. All of them are weird, I think, to me, because it's like, why do you like as big as it'll get?
But they love us, man. Like that's
I know, but it's just like it's Avery and Johnny.
Yeah,
it's like we're just the most.
No, it's just it'll never not be weird, man. I say this every podcast.
Because I was with my parents, and my mom with random people were just walking up to me and just asking for pictures, which is cool. I love that. And it's like my mom was taking all the pictures. And she's like,
what did your mom say? Was she like, I didn't realize it was this crazy? Because I'm thinking about taking my mom to a game so she can like see it, because she gets it obviously. But
yeah.
It would be cool
the
for her
funny
to
thing
see
that what happened is we were in our section. Random guy comes walking down, sits right in front of me, 2 rows, wearing a Gate 14 hat. And my mom's like,
that's awesome.
And my mom's like, did you see that? I was like, yeah, Mom, I saw that. That's pretty cool. She's like,
that's awesome,
are you going to ask him for a picture? I was like, no, Mom, I'm not going to ask him for a picture.
That's awesome.
Wearing the hat. So
that makes me happy, man. I love to see that. I love the support. So we appreciate all listeners. Stuff like that.
Anyone who wears our shit, man, that's cool. I can't
awesome.
wait for when people wear our stuff and don't even know it's us. Like that's what I thought. That's what I thought that guy was doing. He was just wearing the shirt because he loved it. He didn't even know it was us.
Yeah.
That's when we know we've made some good money off the merch.
Yeah, for sure.
Jump Hype asked if we're ever going to record a podcast in person. And I think you've forgotten the drunkest podcast of all time.
Oh, dude. I watched that the other day because it popped up on my YouTube feed. And for our new listeners that obviously now we're like double the size of where we were at opening day, obviously. But like our new listeners, if you want to see an in-person podcast of me and Avery that's just shambles, just drunk rambling, scroll all the way back to like early.
Do you remember what it was called?
I don't remember. Oh, 162-0. It was called 162-0. And it's me and Avery in our hotel room at like DraftKings Casino. And we are the drunkest human beings in North America recording a podcast. It is so fucking funny when you look back on it because we're just like the camera angle's so bad. It's on my phone and we are just like leaning back. And a lot of listeners that don't know, I had to stay up till fucking 4 a.m. editing it because there was an echo from my mic to Avery's. So we're not smart with the fucking technology. So every single time we talked, I had to cut the other person's audio. Keep going back and forth the entire fucking time. It was nightmare fuel. But
you were Dr. Dre on that episode.
It is the funniest video on the planet. We are mangled in this podcast. Mangled. I think I pulled Trig like an hour after it.
Yeah, and then we went back down to the casino after and drank
and hit a lick.
Yeah, we did. What are the odds this team is out of the wild card by the end of the weekend? Let's take us into the season preview. Actually, there's one more here. It's not really a question. This guy said he met us the other day, and he can't be the only one who thought Johnny was actually 5'6", but you're not.
Why is there this? And I'll tell you why, Avery. You're the one that feeds into this. You're the one that makes the short jokes about me. People will meet me and they'll be like, "You're way taller than I thought you were." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. I just take pictures with these pro athletes that are 6'8" and make me look like a fucking dwarf every time."
Yeah, and I'm taller than you too, and
you are taller than me. So people will meet me and they'll be like, "Dude, you are so much like you're like a normal height." Like I have the vision that you're like 5'6".
But
this is you leading this propaganda that I'm short. It's your fault.
And then we get JR in some pictures, and that makes you look tall again, which is good.
Thank you,
so
JR.
It's JR's fault. Rob wants to know, what are the odds this team is out of the wild card position?
We'll go into it then.
We'll go into the end of this weekend.
We'll go into it. Manoah versus Paxton tomorrow. Bassett on Saturday, I believe. No, Barrio Saturday, Bassett Sunday.
It sets up kind of well.
This is a decent pitching matchup. I mean, Barrio Saturday, Bassett Sunday. Those are two guys that have been dogs for you all year. I mean, obviously Bassett's had his struggles with the Orioles, stuff like that, but this is a series that you are out pitching the opposition. That's what it should be. But that's what this team does every series pretty much. So I don't know what to say. I'm going to say the Jays win 2 or 3 just to bring back positive Johnny. Do I think it's going to fucking happen? I'm contradicting myself. I hope so. But I'm going to say, I hope so. Kodak Black. I'm going to say the Jays take 2 or 3. Fuck it. They win Saturday, Sunday. Actually, fuck it. They win Friday, Sunday.
Wow. Okay. You believe in Manoah. The Red Sox haven't announced their starters?
No, just Fridays.
I'm sure we get Brian Bayo in there somehow. Fuck me. Jays get swept. I need to get back to it.
Yeah, you need to get back to the reverse jinxing. But yeah, listen, I'm pumped for this series, man. I mean, listen, meaningful baseball. Now? I'm pumped for the series because listen,
can't get worse.
I just talked myself into this. This team's playing like shit. They're 10 games above 500 somehow. Imagine when they start clicking. I've been saying that for like a month and a half now. But yeah, imagine when they start clicking. But I will say this. It's good to have meaningful baseball in August. It's good to have baseball where it's like, all right, now we fucking go. This is the biggest series of the year right now. Enjoy it, everyone.
Long weekend, too. Be safe. Don't drink and drive.
Don't be an idiot. I will not be paying for your Uber.
But take them.
But take Ubers, Lyft, whatever you do, ride, share. I don't know what it is. But enjoy the long weekend, everyone. I completely forgot it was a long weekend. I don't know what holiday it is Monday, but fuck it. Gate 14 day on Monday. That's what it is. Gate 14 day on Monday. Alto's in here. Alto, give a series preview, brother. Where are you at with the series?
What?
Blue Jays, Red Sox. What's your prediction?
Just fucking suck against the Red Sox. It's a 3-game set.
Yeah.
2-1 Jays.
2-1 Jays. The Michael Alto special. You heard it here, folks, from my roomie. Is Luplo here? Okay. But anyways, love you guys, man. Heat 14 forever.
Let's score some runs this weekend.
Let's score some runs. I think we broke our single day download yesterday or 2 days ago. Fuck it, let's run it back. Love you guys, man. Have a great weekend. We will talk Sunday night. And that's it. Let's have ourselves a weekend. Love you guys.